Hello, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. My name is Mr. Maxwell, and welcome back to another side quest about video games with myself and Exile Magpie. I was going to say Mr. Maxwell again, man. Just me and myself.
To be perfectly honest, I'm pretty sure I have once in the history of us doing videos together called you Exile Magpie.
Probably.
I'm pretty sure that at least once I've done that. So, you know.
Probably.
I can't really complain about that.
So, it was the Game Awards this week.
It was.
Which we will get on to very soon. Because it's probably going to be the bulk of this video. Because there was a lot of announcements.
Yes, some shocking ones, some surprising ones, and one fucking awesome one.
And there were some awards given out.
Yes, there was.
And I've got the list of the awards. You have the list of announcements.
I have actually brought the list with me this time.
Woo!
Not having to.
I don't have to quickly swim through that.
Partway through the chat, have to go. Oh wait, let me go grab the list that I have wrote down. Yeah, no, I actually have it with me for once. Look, you can hear it.
Woo! Right, but anyway, there has been a little bit of news recently.
There has indeed.
Yeah, this is mainly to do with. This is because we have talked about this in the past. Because originally, this was just supposed to be.
Yeah,
originally twice there.
We are probably one of the few that has been. Like,
not that anybody would know, because nobody watches.
Nobody watches these, but we're one of the few that's actually been kind of against this since day one.
I don't like it. I'm not a big fan of it.
Not for the reasons that Sony are against it.
Yeah,
I mean, cards on the table. I am a Sony fanboy. I have owned every single Sony console, apart from the PSP. That was because it was gold dust, basically. But you know, I do call out Sony for the bullshit that they do.
Oh yeah,
like when they were doing the whole. Oh no, we don't want our players playing with other consoles.
Yeah,
and I was calling that shit out, even though you were like kind of defending them.
I did
as devil's advocate. But I was like literally no, you know, just give us the option. Let us make. You know, we're big boys and girls now.
Yeah,
we should be able to have the choice.
Aye.
But anyway, from day one of this announcement of the Microsoft, Activision, Blizzard takeover, we've kind of been. Not necessarily 100% against it, but basically saying, yeah, this has to be looked at as a monopoly sort of thing. Even though, like, on the plus side, it potentially could mean the end of Bobby Kotick, even though Microsoft have yet to actually say that would actually happen. So, you know, all you Microsoft fanboys, just point this out. If their deal does go through and Bobby effing demon hair horns Kotick stays in his position... Microsoft are then just as dirty as Activision Blizzard are right now. So letting you in on that sort of secret right now.
So the FTC are basically they're going to sue to block the acquisition.
Which is similar to what the UK is doing with their... I can't remember what it's called, the Ministry Department, but I think it's like the consumer... Oh, anyway. The UK government is also looking into it. And usually what happens in these sort of things is the government will basically turn around to the companies involved and basically say, look, we'll let you do this... But you have to take all these little companies that are part of you and make them independent. Literally sell them off. So that's what I'm going to lean to. That's what's actually going to happen. Microsoft are literally going to be given an ultimatum, basically telling them that you're going to be too big and too dominant in the market. And we'll get into the whole details because I know there are people who are instantly saying, but Sony's bigger than Nintendo.
Yeah, that's another thing that I think needs to be addressed is that people are saying that Sony are just as big as Microsoft. Like, no, they're not. Like, for some bizarre reason, people have got it in their head that Microsoft are the scrappy underdog in this. Microsoft are the fourth biggest company in the world.
Yeah.
And you guys are out there shipping them like they're Daniel Bryan versus Triple H at WrestleMania. No. No.
No, we're talking about Microsoft here. This is not Xbox because its full title is the Microsoft Xbox. I'm sorry, people, but and this is the thing. The thing they go on about is but Sony's huge. It's a massive Japanese company. Yeah, you do know that you're also counting in the phones and all the electronic stuff.
Sony don't just make the PlayStation.
They don't make. I mean, hell, they're getting into the electric car business.
Yeah,
like Sony. Yes, Sony is a ginormous company. Yes. But if you have that argument against Sony, then you also have to then say, Xbox, you can't just go Xbox, it's this own little thing. You then have to include everything involving Microsoft. So that is the entirety of Microsoft. The ginormous multinational conglomerate corporation that made Bill Gates one of the richest and most philanthropic, that word, gives money to charities and all that shit. Richest philanthropist. Yeah, he's a philanthropist. Anyway, one of the richest men on the planet.
After Elon Musk. Well, actually, no, Elon Musk is probably not that rich now after
basically just burning $40 million.
After Twitter. Yeah, he's probably not that rich.
I mean, no one should be able to turn around and say, Elon Musk is a very intelligent businessman. Have you not seen what he's done to Twitter? I mean, he might, he would have probably made more money if he took that money that he spent on Twitter and burnt it. Because at least then he could have put it into a furnace, put it into a power station, and made power out of it. Anyway, back onto
Microsoft.
Microsoft.
So, the whole, basically the FTC, they sent regulators in to make sure this was all going to be on the up and up.
Yep,
as these things do.
There wasn't any backroom dealings and bullshit.
And basically they have come out and said their findings is going that most likely this would be a bad thing for consumers and that they shouldn't allow the deal to go ahead. Now, obviously, this is going to go to court, so Microsoft can fight it and do whatever they can.
And they're saying they're going to.
Yeah, the thing is that this was always... I generally always knew this was going to happen.
Yeah.
I always knew this was going to somehow go to court, mainly because the President of the United States came out and said that he wants less monopolies.
Yeah.
In his country.
And also the United States, even though it is like the golden goose of capitalism, blah blah blah, it does have a history of especially presidents getting involved in monopoly bashing.
Yeah.
For example, one of their most famous ones, Theodore Roosevelt.
Yeah. So we always kind of knew it was going to go to court, and we always knew that it was. I forgot. I lost my train of thought there. Anyway, we always knew it was going to go to court. So it all really depends on whether or not Microsoft complete their case. But the way I think they're doing it is they're basically saying that we're buying Activision Blizzard, but we're still going to allow the games to go on other consoles, which would probably work. I think that's probably the best way to go about it, because what they do, they've just announced that. Call of Duty is going to be on the Nintendo Switch
for 10 years.
Yeah, the reason why it's
personally, I do not want to know how bad that game's going to run because it's Activision Blizzard.
Yeah. The reason why it's not coming to Sony, to the PlayStation, is because Sony has not agreed to the deal. So that's why.
And Sony literally turned around and went, "We're not being ransomed too, so go F yourself."
Yeah, pretty much. So. At the moment, I think the only card that they can play is that if they do basically what Sony have done with Bungie, whereas Sony own Bungie now, but Bungie have like their own autonomy, so they can still release games on any platform that they want. They can still do things, but they are owned by Sony now. So I think that's the best possible card that they can Microsoft can play. The thing is that is not going to happen. Microsoft are not going to do that.
And also, this has already been brought up by the regulators, because remember, Microsoft bought
Bethesda, and actually said the same
ZeniMax.
thing.
They said the exact same thing, and Starfield is exclusive to which console now?
Yep. Well, actually, all of them are. Like, so you've got Starfield that's coming. That's going to be Xbox exclusive. They've pretty much they haven't said it outright, but Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be an Xbox exclusive. The game by Arcane, that's going to be an Xbox exclusive. That vampire one that's coming out, that's going to be. There's obviously the whatever new game Tango are working on. That's going to be.
Yeah.
The thing is, they said, because they basically said that it was the European regulators that they said it to, that they wasn't gonna, that they weren't gonna do that to, and it turned out, it was a lie. But of course, why are we not surprised that they lied to the European regulators? I mean, they're
Microsoft.
American. They're American. Like,
I mean, hell, no. They're a major corporation.
Yeah, they're an American corporation. Why am I not surprised?
I mean, not even the nationality comes in it. They're a major corporation. Of course they're going to lie to you.
I apologise to any Americans who ever listen to this. I apologise for that. That was uncalled for.
It was too much of a broad stroke.
Yeah, it was too much. It's not all your fault. It's just Microsoft's.
Yes.
But I think the annoying thing about all of this is that, because I've even watched videos about this, and people are actively defending Microsoft
for anti-consumer practices.
By basically saying that, well, Sony did it.
Oh, yes.
So, right, so that makes it perfectly fine.
Two wrongs make a right, clearly.
It's so annoying. I'm just no.
Here's the thing, right? I don't want Sony to do the stuff they do regarding timed or third-party exclusives.
Timed exclusives.
I don't want that, because I want these games to be played by as many people as possible, because some of these games deserve to be played by as many people as possible. Now, the argument of Sony does this, you can't really account games like Spider-Man or like the first-party releases, because Insomniac are part of Sony, right? So if that's the case, then why can't Sony have Halo? I mean, granted, Halo Infinite, I'm not sure we really want that, because even the Halo fan base are trying to decide whether they actually want this game anymore. But the point, Gears of War. Why can't we have the Gears of War then?
Exactly.
Like it's a two-way street here. The whole bashing on Sony, and I call out Sony for the shit they do.
Yeah, let's just say, like, the timed exclusives for like Final Fantasy and shit like that.
Shouldn't happen.
By the looks of things, Final Fantasy 16 might be like an actual just exclusive to PlayStation, which is a lot of bollocks. It's a lot of bollocks. Final Fantasy 14 being exclusive to the PlayStation. Now the thing is, Yoshi P has actually come out and said, like, because Sony aren't stopping that. Yeah. For it to go somewhere else, right?
Yeah, some of these decisions aren't Sony's.
Yoshi P's actually come out and said they want to get it onto the Xbox, and even Phil Spencer has said they want Final Fantasy 14 on the Xbox. Yeah. The problem isn't the people wanting it or not wanting it. The problem is at the moment is getting it workable on the system. Yeah. Because you got to remember, Final Fantasy 14 was built for a PlayStation.
It was built for PlayStation and PC.
It was not built for an Xbox.
Now you would think, because it was built for PC, and Microsoft is a PC company, it would be sort of simplistic to turn it over. But then you're also talking about the Xbox One. Well, the Xbox 360, but that was a little bit underpowered compared to the PlayStation 3. Although, to be honest, people will argue about the actual quality of the games, etc. Blah blah blah. Yeah. But that's not the point we're making. Yeah. But the Xbox One clearly did not do as well. Yeah. And obviously the architecture between the PS4 and the Xbox One clearly was vastly different. Yeah. I think even if the power output was very similar. I don't know. I think a lot of people are saying the latest Xbox One, the latest Xbox Series X. Is it? That's the
yeah. The Series X is
the Series X, and the PlayStation 5 are probably the most closest. Yeah. in terms of architecture.
Basically, the Xbox Series X is a more powerful console than the.
Yes, I know, but I'm not about.
That's basically.
I'm not about
the difference.
I'm not about power. I'm on about architecture.
No. What I'm saying is like that's literally the only difference.
Oh, is it? Like,
really, it's just the power.
So it's basically down to like, can they get the game to work on the Series X, and also will Microsoft give it the license to do it?
Yeah.
Now here's the thing. Activision Blizzard has an MMO that has been touted as potentially coming onto the Series X.
Yeah,
that has on PC in the recent history had its nose well and truly bashed in by Final Fantasy 14.
Well, actually, you know what? As much as I'd say it's bashed in, but let's be honest. WoW's failure is down to Activision and no one else.
Oh yeah, I'm not. I wasn't saying. I was going to mention that. Well, I was going to mention that. Part of that reason is because of Activision Blizzard.
Yeah.
Their own fault. It's their own fault because they were in the dominant position and now they're not. But Microsoft are trying to basically buy the competition to Final Fantasy 14. That could be, and this is only speculation. I could be completely, totally, utterly wrong, and I'm happy if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But there could be a reason why Final Fantasy 14 may never see the light of day on an Xbox 360, and it might not have anything to do with Sony or Square Enix. It may not have anything to do with those parties, and they'll actually do with the party of the console. That's it. They want to put it on.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, so to be honest with you, like if I was Xbox and Sony has Final Fantasy 14, I would just be like, yeah, let's try and get WoW.
Yes. Oh yeah. I
mean, fuck it.
There is logic between that in that thinking, totally. But I'm just saying that sort of thinking also leads to them. Again, could be wrong.
But like I said, the annoying thing is that we've got a lot of people out there like defending Microsoft as if they're some sort of fucking righteous.
Does everyone forget the Xbox One launch announcement?
Look, I am not
always on DRM.
I'm not like totally against Microsoft buying Activision, but like we need to because this has been happening for the last couple of years. I've been noticing this. We need to stop putting Microsoft on some sort of fucking pedestal when it comes to the Xbox and their games. Number one, they haven't released a good game in about since the Xbox One. Like
the Xbox first party games have been
they've run dry,
below par.
I think
this is why they bought all these companies.
I think Forza is like the best thing they've got going for them right now.
Yeah, and that's a driving game,
and that's good.
That's a driving game. That is literally there will be a ceiling to the market that you can get on that.
And that's perfectly fine. I mean, I know Halo was supposed to be their big, their golden goose. I know that's what. Let's be honest, that's what they were doing.
Yes.
Like Halo Infinite was going to be their golden goose to get everybody to come back to Xbox to buy an Xbox Series X.
Except they went live service, and they did everything. They did everything wrong that everyone else has done with live service. Launched with very little updates. Launched with very little content. Launched with a roadmap that they instantly failed to meet.
Yeah. And the fact that like everyone's bitching about what Sony do, and you should bitch and complain about the crap that Sony do. The $70 and £70 game is a load of bullshit.
Which, by the way, Microsoft have announced their first party.
Yeah, they're doing it as well now, right? It's a load of crap. It's just a load of shit for them to get more money. The fact that they do timed exclusives with third parties is a load of crap, and we should complain about it.
Unjustifiable.
Yeah. I completely...
The only justifiable reason I see for a third-party game to not release simultaneously is if there was issues with the porting of said game to said console. That is the only reason why.
What annoys me is that Microsoft do the exact same shit and nobody says a damn thing. Nobody says anything. And this whole thing about them buying fucking Activision, right? Totally fine. Everyone's totally fine with it. Yeah, until fucking their version of the Rise of fucking Skywalker comes out, and then you'll all be fucking moaning. Yeah. And I'll be saying, well, I told you so. I told you what was going to happen. We've literally seen it not even in 5 years ago. In the movie industry.
In the movie and television, like Disney bought a whole bunch of shit, and now look at the content they're coming out with.
Look at the shit that we get now. It's all garbage. All the time. And half the time it's just rehashed garbage.
Yeah.
And now...
And you don't get any of these like little niche movies anymore. It's always like... Well, you do get niche movies,
but you get them from like the little studios and stuff like that. The ones that clearly do not have the
budget. You don't like, for example, Disney don't have Touchstone anymore.
Yeah, everything's just Disney.
Yeah. Disney delivered, right back in the 80s or 70s or something like that. Disney set up...
What happened is, Disney set up Touchstone for more adult...
Yes, exactly, because they didn't want their kiddies... They didn't want Disney to be... Basically, because Disney was associated so much with cartoons and children, they wanted something to not be associated to that, so they made Touchstone. And then we got stuff like... I'm pretty sure... Battery's not included as a Touchstone.
I'm pretty sure almost all the adult movies that I can remember
were Touchstone.
There's a lot of them.
I guarantee you, Battery's not included. For people who need to look that up. It's an amazing movie. It's not an Oscar winner or anything, but it is a lovely, fantastic, wonderful movie.
It's the first film that makes you realise that machines can have emotions.
Yes.
That and I'm pretty sure Short Circuit.
Oh, Johnny number 5!
I'm pretty sure that's a Touchstone.
Yeah,
Johnny number 5.
I'm convinced Short Circuit is a Touchstone film. But yeah, you won't get those movies now. You don't get those movies.
We don't.
You don't get those like movies that aren't aimed to be like Oscar winner fucking massive blockbusters.
I think part of the problem with that is it's not just Disney. I think the problem with that is when it comes to like going to the cinema, because going to the or theatre if you're in America, it's so expensive now.
I know.
That like you don't go to see those movies because it's just like, well, I'll just wait for it to come out on a streaming service where it's cheaper.
Yeah, I suppose there's that.
Most of those movies now come out. They usually like Amazon Prime movies and stuff like that on Netflix. You know,
and unfortunately, Netflix and Amazon Prime, it's starting to look like the Apple App Store, like the sea of stuff there. It's just
Amazon and Netflix have a problem with content. It's just so they just throw so much at you, and you just I don't even know what I want to watch. Can
I just organize this into much more manageable stuff, please? Instead of just a sea.
Amazon's the worst because Amazon's got like it'll be like crime dramas, so you'll go through crime dramas. And you'll be like, there's nothing there. Then you go down and say it's like romantic comedies. And you'll see a movie that you saw in crime drama.
Yeah.
And you're like, why is that there? What is going on? Anyway, we're going on a tangent. But anyway, back to fucking Microsoft. Like, the reason I personally think it should not go through is because name another fucking company other than EA in America.
Yeah.
That's in the gaming industry.
Let's break this down, right? And I know people will argue all this, but let's break this down into individual spheres in the gaming industry globally. You have Asia, you have Europe, and you have America.
Yeah.
Right? Asia, yes, Sony's there, but so's Nintendo, so's Sega, so's Tencent. By the way, Tencent, let's all be honest, Tencent is getting a little bit big for its britches, considering the fact that they're buying not 51%, but almost of other companies. You know, one of them being Activision. Yeah. I'm pretty sure they have a substantial share of a lot of American game companies.
I know they own something like 49% of Epic.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure they own like a majority share of Epic.
So we've got in Asia we have Tencent, Sega, Nintendo, Sony, and there's a few others.
Yeah.
Going smaller and smaller and smaller, obviously.
Yeah.
But like Sony, yes, it is the big dog in there, but there's a bunch of other big-ish dogs in there.
Yeah.
Right? Europe, you have CD Projekt Red, Ubisoft, THQ Nordic.
The company that just bought all the studios off Square.
Yeah, there is still a bunch of like easily you could compare CD Projekt Red with Ubisoft.
Hold on, where are you? I've lost you. Oh, there you are. Hold on. Who are you? Published Deep Silver, that's the one.
Yeah, Deep Silver.
Deep Silver, Techland, who are, I know they're developers, but I'm pretty sure they're Polish as well.
Yeah, but like the point being is that there is a bunch of either similar-ish or there's a couple of big ones and smaller ones around. The United States.
I can only name 3.
2K,
Oh,
EA.
4. I can name 4.
2K, EA,
Activision
Blizzard,
and Epic.
Oh, and Microsoft.
Right? Oh, yeah, Microsoft. So there's 5. So there's 5 each.
Epic aren't a publisher.
But I would argue that they are now with them having their own store.
They have their own store, but they're not a publisher.
Yeah, okay.
They're not the publisher.
So you can take Epic away.
Right.
That's 4.
Right?
2K, well, they're a weird entity upon themselves. They're the entity that sues everybody for using a name that they might have had for the letter A in your title, because they also have a game with the letter A in a title.
Hell, we're gonna sue every mom and pop store called Rockstar.
Yeah.
Why? Because
we're Rockstar.
Because we're Rockstar.
Because we have Rockstar. You're not allowed to have Rockstar.
Are you gonna sue Nickelback for the song Rockstar? Anyway,
so you've got Epic. Not Epic, sorry. You got 2K,
EA,
Activision Blizzard, and Microsoft. And so if Blizzard gets bought, that you've only got 3. And let's be honest, EA aren't in the best of states.
No. When
it comes to things, and that may change with. I've got my fingers crossed with Dead Space.
And also Jedi Survivor.
So that may change. And I got my fingers crossed. These are the reasons why I think the deal will actually go through. Is the other studios that are there.
But then, if you think about it, right, Activision Blizzard is just as big as EA and 2K. Right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Microsoft is as big as 2K, EA, and
Microsoft's bigger than all of them.
And Activision combined.
Yeah.
So you're talking about literally a market where you have one big dog and 3 medium-sized dogs turning into one giant dog and 2 small dogs.
Yes.
That's the problem. And that is why I think what will happen is Microsoft will be told, yes, you can buy Activision Blizzard. But if you do, you will have to sell off Sledgehammer. You will have to sell off all these little companies that are part of this massive giant umbrella. Because you're talking about Microsoft, who also own Bethesda, who are a publisher themselves.
Yeah.
Like id. Tango. Arcane. And then there's not only that, but the licenses that comes with Activision Blizzard. You're talking about at least a 50% of the known market.
Yeah.
That is a monopoly. That is an unfair advantage. And in the sense of a monopoly, it is wrong and should be stopped. So like I say, the way I think it's going to go through, if it goes through, is they will be told, you can do this, but this giant chunk of these companies you have bought have to be split off.
Yeah. That's probably going to happen.
That is what is probably going to happen. And I'm fine with that because it keeps the market competitive. Right. And I don't care what anyone says. Let's just narrow this down to the American market. Do you honestly think EA 2K can go up against the combined might of Bethesda, Activision Blizzard, and Microsoft?
I mean, no. Even if they didn't have Bethesda and they don't buy Activision Blizzard, do you actually think they can take on Microsoft, the 4th biggest company in the world?
Yeah.
Like in a fight? Do you actually think they could do that?
They can't. And here's another thing, right? What happens if they don't make all their money back instantly?
True.
They are literally going to become what EA was. They will literally just close down. They will amalgamate and close down studios, let a whole bunch of people go.
Which, to be fair, actually, if this deal is allowed to go through, there's a chance that they may do that.
Yeah.
They might not sell them. They might just close them down.
This is what happens in these companies. This is what happens when these major frigging takeovers happen. What happens is basically they'll go, oh, well, we're going to do a restructuring. Which is code for basically,
we're closing down.
A significant portion of the workforce will be given their slips to go fuck themselves and go away because we don't want them anymore. Because we want to be able to pay our CEOs the giant fucking pays and bonuses.
I know Activision hasn't been run very well.
Stop defending the AAA. Any for the people defending Microsoft, stop it. They don't need your defense.
They do not deserve to.
They do not deserve to be defended by you. They don't need to be defended by you. They are just as bad as everyone else in this industry. Because here's the thing: they did not call out any of the bullshit that was being announced and shown in the industry until the massive scandal of Activision Blizzard.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: when it happened, I was angry, but I was not surprised.
Yeah.
It was an open secret that the AAA game industry, and I include Sony in this as well, treat the vast majority of their lower ranking workforce like shit. They're just as bad as everyone else.
Yeah. We need to take them off that fucking pedestal.
Don't think that they're going to be like all protective of your rights. It's like if Microsoft are the only fucking company, then you will get bullshit like the Xbox One with its DRM. You'll get bullshit like, oh well, there's a new update. Do you want it? No, well fuck you. You're gonna get it anyway. And by the way, it's a new operating system that doesn't work actually and is broken half the time. And we're calling it Vista.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just my God, It's so annoying just to watch these people.
There are reasons to defend it, yes, but turning around and saying what Sony do, no. If your argument is but Sony, then you've lost the argument. It
doesn't make it right. It's so annoying. It's just like, oh well, Sony do it, and like, what do you want?
Because here's the thing: we've talked for roughly about half an hour about this.
Yeah,
we've not actually defended Sony at one point.
No, because it's bollocks.
We've not mentioned Sony as the reason why this deal shouldn't go through. It's all about the fact that it will be a monopoly.
It is not consumer friendly.
I said when this was first announced.
The main thing is just, oh well, they made 10-year deal with Nintendo, right, to bring Call of Duty to the Switch, right? At any moment, Microsoft could just decide, well, it's not viable to put it on there.
It doesn't make enough money.
It doesn't make, so gone.
Bye.
Because it's not going to be on a cartridge. It's going to be one of those cloud gaming things that you got to do.
Yeah.
And it'll be Microsoft who has to look after it.
Yeah.
Because it won't be Nintendo.
Which means even if you buy the game, you won't be able to play on it.
It'll be gone. Most of the Microsoft games, if they get put on to Nintendo, like for any moment, Microsoft could just decide, it's not viable to keep the game on there, and gone.
Because the AAA game
and
industry,
you can sit there, you can sit there and be like, oh well, it's a 10-year deal, yeah, but they can just renege on that in any second.
10 years is not a long time, people.
They can just decide halfway through that no, we're not going to do any more Call of Duty for the Switch. Like, to sit there and just like defend Microsoft for the bullshit that it posted. Like, the timed exclusives, it was fucking Microsoft who started that.
Yeah.
Like, so didn't be screaming to the rooftops that Sony do
timed exclusive.
2 times exclusive. Yeah, well, fucking that was Microsoft's fault, wasn't it? They started all that shit.
I mean, granted, Sony are just as guilty for perpetuating it and joining in.
For keeping it going, but what do you expect? It's a fucking industry full of parasites.
Hell, the very fact that we have to pay for fucking online. Microsoft started that. Again, yeah. Sony, why the fuck did
they just jumped on? Well, because
jumped on the bandwagon.
It just made them money.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you? Like, it's to just it's fucking. I hate it.
The argument of but Sony. I'm sorry, no, that's not a valid argument.
The other argument I've seen is that, well, Microsoft could make sure that Activision make good games now. And it's just like, that's still not a good enough argument.
Right, okay. Here's the thing. Overwatch 2, even on Season 2, the grind is still bullshit.
Like, Overwatch 2, the actual game is good. Everything around it is absolute garbage.
Yeah. But like I say, the game is good. Activision Blizzard still make good games. The monetization is what's bullshit.
It's the monetization. Yeah,
right.
We're still getting Diablo 4, which is going to have its garbage monetization.
Right. So that's a null and void argument. The thing that would have made me potentially put myself on your side is if they went, well, Microsoft will make sure they treat their staff right. And then if I go, well, if Microsoft commit to it and prove it and actually follow through with it, then yes, I am wholeheartedly for it. But I don't believe them.
Yeah, neither do I.
Because they haven't come out and categorically stated Bobby Kotick's gone.
Yeah.
They haven't come out and categorically stated that there will be a work... Yes, Microsoft have agreed to allow unions, which is a good start. But like we said when we talked about Activision Blizzard, that company needs an entire fucking fumigation and burning.
Right. They need people in there.
They need that entire rotten core gutted.
You know the guys from Monsters Inc. that the moment a human thing comes into the world, they just appear out of nowhere and just quarantine that section like so fast.
Yeah,
like we need them. We need them to come.
Sterilize.
Yeah, sterilize everything. We need them to come and just do their shit to Activision.
Yes.
Activision Blizzard even with the whole we can neither confirm nor deny the existence of a human child in this vicinity.
Yes. But no, that's what needs to happen because that company is rotten to the core.
But yeah, just
and like I said,
please.
when they announced it, my judgment on Microsoft will be: do they get rid of everyone that's involved in all the bullshit that was happening, that is and was happening in Activision Blizzard?
I would have thought so.
If they don't, and they have to, and personally, I want a public announcement of this. I don't want it to be done like, golden handshake. No, I want literally Microsoft to say, persons A, B, C, D, E, F, G, E, gone.
The whole thing of like, Sony stopping the buyout. Yeah, of course Sony are going to do that. Like, what did you think was going to happen? Do you think Sony was going to go, yes, you're buying the biggest title?
If Sony was buying Activision Blizzard, do you honestly think Microsoft would sit around and do nothing? No!
Exactly. They would do the exact same thing. Yeah. The annoying thing is, Microsoft are coming out and they're just like, oh, well, Sony are the
Microsoft are claiming to be the white knight, and it's like, no, you're just as bad as Sony.
You're horrible.
Stop pretending.
You're horrible. Like, this whole thing was like...
Both of you stop pretending. You're both as bad as each other.
Here's the thing. They're complaining about fucking exclusives and all this sort of shit. Fucking Dark Tide just came out on the Xbox. It's only on the Xbox and PC. That's it. It's a console exclusive to the Xbox. I don't hear anybody bitching about that.
No.
But fuck it, Forsaken's coming out on the PlayStation soon. Oh my god, fucking Sony and their fucking exclusives. Oh my, just fuck off. It's not. If it's not,
we don't even know if Forsaken's going to be an actual good game yet.
If it's good enough, if it's not good enough for one of them, it's not good enough for the other one.
Yeah.
Like, you can't allow. Like, I don't like timed exclusives, and I will bitch about them all the time. But like, I'm not going to complain about Xbox having a timed exclusive because Sony having a timed exclusive.
Or I'm not going to complain about a first-party Microsoft game being on the Xbox and not on the PlayStation because PlayStation have their own first parties that are only on the PlayStation.
Exactly.
I'm not going to bitch about it.
And people just, I know we're going all over the place.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not going to bitch about Microsoft stuff.
And not bitch
about Sony stuff.
It's fucking wrong.
Because it's hypocritical.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I say, just stop pretending Microsoft is this innocent white knight of consumer protectionism.
It's not even that. Just stop pretending that Microsoft's like the little dog in this fight. They're not. They're the biggest one around.
If they were the little dog, they wouldn't be able to afford to buy Activision Blizzard and Bethesda in a 2-year period.
Like, they're spending billion dollars on a company. What little dog is able to do that? Name another company that can do that. A little company that's able to do that.
Literally, you have to talk about companies like Samsung, who are literally one of the biggest companies in the world, despite the fact that we only know them for phones. This is because Samsung make an absolute shit ton of stuff in South Korea.
I'm just tired of people coming out and being like, "Oh, this is good for consumers and all this sort of shit." It's not.
It's not.
It is not good. If you don't understand that it's not good, then you do not know how this shit works, and you should not have any opinion on this because.
Also, just because Microsoft say they're going to do it.
Doesn't mean they will.
Because, example A, Bethesda. They said, oh, well, no, we're not going to stop Bethesda games going on PlayStation. Starbound's going to be an Xbox exclusive and will never come on the PlayStation. Elden Scrolls 6, we haven't said it yet, but we will announce that it will be only on the Xbox. And
we all know what's going to... I mean, to be perfectly honest, that Xbox can keep the Bethesda games for all they want. Apart from the games made by Arcane and Tango Entertainment, the rest of them I never really gave a shit about. They're the only ones that I'm really bummed. Like, I am bummed. I'm not going to, like...
Again...
Be like, Xbox are awful, and how dare they keep them exclusive? Well, of course they're going to do that.
They're first-party games.
Yeah, they're first-party games now, so of course they're going to do that. But, the worst part is, you know you're going to have Sony fucking fanboys bitching and complaining about shit that Microsoft do, that Sony do as well.
Yeah.
That, it's just, oh my God.
Yeah.
Would you all of you just stop? Like, no one gives a crap about the console wars anymore. No one cared when the PS5 and the Xbox Series X came out. Literally no one gave a damn, apart from the fucking fanboys. And to be fair, there's not that many of them left.
No.
Thank fuck for that.
Like I say, I class myself as a fanboy, but solely because I've bought all the...
Yeah. I would say I'm a fanboy due to the fact that I have had...
All of them.
All of them. But I do have... Like, I've got an Xbox right there. Right there. And I am actively trying to get an Xbox Series X. I just can't at the moment because, oh my God, that's one, they're really hard to find. I can find a Series S, no problem. Not a problem in the world. Series X, on the other hand, nope. Oh, you want a Series X? Well, first what you got to do is jump through these fire hoops, then do 11 skips while speaking Vulcan, and then speak Diablo's name backwards 66 times. And
while avoiding spike traps.
While avoiding spike traps. And then slice open your arm and write in blood the name of your second child.
We will then consider...
And then you possibly may get an Xbox Series X.
It's just as hard as getting a PS5. And I'm like...
Do you know what's annoying? Do you know how we went Christmas shopping and we were looking for a PS5?
Yeah. And
stuff like that. And we just couldn't find one anywhere. I literally went on Game this morning. Guess what's just coming?
God damn it.
I was so pissed. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I've just spent all my money on Christmas. Why would you do that to me?
You do know I get paid. And also, it's like, I get paid monthly. Like, why are you doing this to me at the beginning of the month after I've spent all my money? Especially in December, after I've spent all my money at the beginning on Christmas. So I'm literally like, no, I can't spend any more.
Yeah.
God.
Well, anyway, yeah, the FTC are suing Microsoft. God knows how. I still think the deal's going to go through.
And here's the thing. I don't know why some people are surprised about this.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
we said when this was announced last year.
Yeah. That this was going to get looked at. Yeah,
this had to be looked at.
Yeah. Because we said it was going to get looked at, but most likely it's going to go through.
Yeah. And the more I thought about it, I'm like, nah, this is going to be one of those.
This is actually quite a big deal. The thing is, when it first came out and it was announced, I didn't realise Activision was as big as it was. Because I completely forgot that they also owned King.
Yeah.
Who are all the... Like, that's Candy Crush.
Yeah, King actually pretty much owns the entire mobile market.
Especially almost in the West. Like, King are like a really big mobile game. I completely forgot.
And here's the thing.
This is the actual
Monopolies for the UK. It's a Monopolies Commission.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the Americans and British regulators who will look into this, they don't give a fuck about rivalries or like individual, like, oh well, it's only this part of the market. They will look at the entirety of the company and go, yeah, that's a bit too big, or no, that's fine. Yeah. Now, Microsoft, you may want to throw a lot of money at this and try to push it through. The problem being is, what if this doesn't work? Like when they bought Bethesda, I said they need to let the stuff they've already bought come out.
Yeah.
And
I mean, we still haven't got Senua's Sacrifice.
yeah,
That's still not been released, and they bought Ninja Theory 4 years ago now,
3-4 years ago, something like that.
Yeah.
Like we still haven't got Starbound. We still haven't got a Bethesda release since they bought Bethesda.
Yeah. Which might end up being a good thing. To be fair, that might actually be a good thing because half the time Bethesda release their games way too early. So that might be a good thing.
Part of the problem is the creation engine, and they're still using the creation engine.
I know.
So,
but it's just look. We always knew this was going to happen, and
No Man's Fallout.
No Man's Fallout. Oh God, Starbound, man. When you showed me that trailer, I was like, this is just No Man's Sky.
Yeah. Anyway, I think the final point I want to make is I'm not against this because Sony say they are against it. I couldn't care less if Sony were for, against, or in. I'm just looking at this from a consumer point of view.
Yeah.
And that's the only way you should really look at this. And is Microsoft, a company notorious for doing anti-consumer things, is Microsoft buying Activision Blizzard and becoming an even bigger part of a bigger controlling part of the industry that is already treats its staff terribly, treats consumers like they're frigging idiots, and are just terrible companies and industry anyway. Do we want this to be dominated by one company, especially in America?
Well, especially in the West.
In the West?
Let's be honest.
Do we want that? Is that really good for the consumer? And again, I don't have to go far back to point out all the bullshit Microsoft had done. Xbox One. Remember the DRM? I know I've already said this before, but the DRM. They were perfectly fine forcing DRM on everyone. Why? Because they didn't want pre-owned. They wanted to kill the pre-owned market. Despite the fact that, and I know the argument was, well, it stops piracy. No, it fucking doesn't. It has never, ever stopped piracy. So, yeah, Microsoft are not the innocent party in this. They are not some happy-go-lucky, innocent, naive little company that hasn't done anything terrible in its life. They're just as bad as Sony.
Right.
And Sony are just as bad as Microsoft. The difference is that Sony haven't decided to go and buy giant corporations. They've bought all these little development companies.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the major difference.
Yeah.
You know, like what Microsoft did 4 years ago.
Yeah, pretty much. But anyway, I think we'll leave it there for that one. And we'll move on to the Game Awards.
Yes.
So I'm going to very quickly go through the awards.
Just as quickly as they went through the awards.
Well, apart from Christopher Judge.
I mean,
which,
to be
by
honest,
the way, Christopher Judge, fucking legend. One, he's the only person I've ever seen that could actually pull off that
a gold suit.
And two, like the cojones on that man. They played music to get him. He did not give a shit. I mean, he just kept going.
I mean, to be perfectly honest, Christopher Judge, the man could have stayed there as long as he wanted. He was entitled to, as far as I was cared.
So
the guy is he was amazing as Kratos in God of War, and he's phenomenal in Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Like the man. Props to the man, and also, yeah, the guy's a legend.
Right.
And also, just seems to be one of these types of people that is literally cool no matter what.
Oh yeah.
Like, he's just like, oh, so how cool is he? Yes.
So we're going to start off with best adaptation. Arcane won that, which we said was
it
was between that and Cyberpunk, and Arcane won it. And I generally think Arcane won it due to animation because, oh my god,
the animation in Arcane is ridiculous. I mean, to be honest, the story's great as well. Like, either one of them was justifiably going to win.
Yeah.
Arcane is one of those. Arcane, like it's.
That's why I said the animation, because I think me personally, Arcane's animation is just a little bit higher up.
It is very. It's also like, I know Studio Trigger's art style is very unique and recognizable as Studio Trigger, but Arcane is just like, it is literally like painting coming to life.
It is not. I don't think there's anything else that looks like Arcane.
It is, it's so unique and impressive in its art.
So moving on, after that was the Elden Ring Award, and that went to The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom, which it was always going to go to. By the way, the Elden Ring Award is the most anticipated game, but I'm always forever going to call it the Elden Ring Award.
Because for 5 years in a row, it pretty much got Elden Ring.
Then it's a load of esports stuff, but let's be honest, couldn't really give a crap. Content of the year went to Ludwig. I have no idea who that is.
Actually, did you hear about the chess boxing tournament he had?
No.
Yeah, yesterday he had a chess boxing tournament. He ended up having a fight with a Sea Dog.
Oh, okay.
Connor.
Yeah, Sea Dog.
Sea Dog won.
Cool. As you can see by my expression,
you don't care.
I
know, but it's like apparently it was really successful and really good. And it's like chess boxing is one of those things that you go, surely that's not real.
Yeah,
no, it is.
It's one of those things that I watched once and I went, yeah, I'm never watching this again. Moving on, best multiplayer game went to Splatoon 3, which, to be fair, of all of them, it's probably the best one.
Yeah.
I think the only one that could probably be it was Overwatch 2.
And Overwatch 2 did not deserve the title because basically it's not Overwatch 2.
Exactly.
It's Overwatch 0.75.
Yeah. Best sim strategy game went to Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope. Now, this could have gone to any of them
To be perfectly honest, best simulation and strategy game should be 2 separate awards, but we'll,
but we'll move on. We'll move on there. Best sports / racing game.
Again, 2 separate
went
awards.
to Gran Turismo 7. Which is fine, because
and considering what it was up against, I would have preferred Ollie World was the only one that really deserved to be up against it, and probably was the better game.
Best family game went to the obvious Kirby and the Forgotten Land, because that game is amazing,
and also Kirby deserves to win.
And Kirby deserves just to win any award that he gets nominated for. Best fighting game went to. Then this was a surprise. I didn't expect this to win, but Multiverses won this. But okay, apparently it's had a lot of updates. And they've added a lot of characters and stuff like that, and you can still get all the characters for free.
Yeah, which is actually pretty cool.
Which is pretty cool. I'm kind of like, I was a bit bummed that King of Fighters didn't win it.
Yeah, I thought King of Fighters, because that's an actual fighter. Like, let's all be honest, Multiverses is a brawler in the shape of like
it's a Smash bro. It's a Smash clone.
It's a Smash clone. That's what it is.
Best RPG went to Elden Ring, which, considering it's in this category, it was the only game that's nominated for Game of the Year. Be a bit weird if it didn't win it.
Yeah, it would be a bit weird.
Best action adventure went to God of War Ragnarok, and this is the same as Elden Ring. It is also the only game in this category that's nominated for Game of the Year.
Yep.
So of course this was going to win it. Best action game went to Bayonetta 3, which I was massively happy with, just because of all the shit that game
it deserves
got
some
just
recognition. Deserves some recognition, and also Bayonetta 3 is an amazing. Platinum again, like you've had your drop ball with your live service.
Babylon's
Fall. You had your drop ball, but you picked it up again and knocked it out of the park with Bayonetta 3.
Yeah.
Good job.
After that was the well, not after that. I'm just going according to the list here. Best VR AR game went to Moss Book 2, which yay. If you don't know what Moss is, it's the game with the little mouse, the adorable mouse that you kind of have to help them get over things.
It's very unique in VR in the fact that you are not
you're not
visually from the view of the character.
You're like a top down, and you're
like a god trying to help this mouse, which is really good, and also the mouse is very adorable.
Best community support went to Final Fantasy 14.
I mean,
which
not surprising.
To be fair, in all honesty, a lot of these games, for these ones, there any one of them could have won it.
I think the thing is, Final Fantasy 14 do go a little bit beyond for the community than everyone else.
I think it's like every 2 months. It's either every 2 months or every month. There's a letter from the director where Yoshi P addresses their community
and what's
coming, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, best mobile game, which I don't give a crap about, but Marvel Snap won that. And like, if there was ever an award where you realised that that person knew they were going to win, this was it, because he was literally there on the side, just waiting to be
brought on.
Yeah. So yeah, he definitely knew he was winning. Right, best debut indie game went to Stray. Again, this is the only game that was that's in the best game of the year. So it would be a little bit weird if this didn't win it.
Yeah.
But Stray is a good game and
Stray is a very, very good game. The cat is absolutely adorable, and also it has a meow button.
Best indie game. This is the same as the last one. Pretty much almost the exact same games. Yeah. Stray was the winner again. So which it deserved it. It's perfectly fine. Best ongoing game was Final Fantasy 14 Online. Fine. That's.
Yeah. I mean, they're still going through like the end game part of.
Well, Endwalker came out like last year. It's been out for about a year now.
Yeah, but they've still they're coming to the like last bits of the story, aren't they?
Yeah, pretty much. They're releasing like the post stuff now. So like the 3 point odd sort of thing stuff. Games for Impact, as Dust Falls was the winner, and I like I said, this one when we actually talked about it, we didn't actually know when any of the games were. So, but best performance went to Christopher Judge. Yes, Christopher Judge for Kratos and God of War Ragnarok, which was just yes. Best audio design went to God of War Ragnarok, which was just because the audio if you hear when you hear that axe smash against something, it's just like it's like yes, that just sounds fucking amazing.
There was weight behind that sound.
Best score went to Bear McCree for God of War Ragnarok. By the way, I think God of War Ragnarok wins most of the awards in this one.
Most of them that it was up for, yes.
Which there is an argument that you could say, because I did bring this up when we were talking about it last week, that maybe we shouldn't. Like God of War shouldn't be in it
because it was only just released.
Because it's only really just been released, but it neither here nor there.
The problem is where you have the cut-off point.
I would say, me personally, I would say they could have from August to August.
Yeah, I think you would have the game has to be released at least a month before the nominations.
Yeah, so about August to August.
Yeah, because Ragnarok got released literally a week before, hadn't it? The nominations.
I think it was about 2 weeks. Two weeks before nominations came out. I think it should be. I think for nominations to be eligible, it should be between any games that come out this August or next August.
I would say
so if your game comes out after that August, you're the next.
Yeah. The problem is when you do that, you'll get some people going, "Oh, that was released last year."
It doesn't matter.
I know, but
those are the rules.
You'll never please everyone.
Yeah, I know. Best narrative went to God of War Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Best art direction went to Elden Ring, which it's like at any time in that game you can just stop and just look around.
I mean, even Caelid is impressive at points.
Apart from Caelid, because you don't stop in Caelid, because just stop at your own peril.
Caelid is literally hell. There was always a part in a Souls game that is full of pain, suffering, and torment.
Because Miyazaki hates us all.
Yes, he hates us.
He hates.
He says he doesn't, but believe me,
he does.
Blighttown was not created by a person who likes people.
Best game direction went to Elden Ring, which I would agree with that one. And best and the game of the year was of course Elden Ring. It was always going to win it.
There was only going to be one game. Only one game could stop it, and that was God of War. Yeah,
which if I'm honest, if God of War had won it, I would have been a little bit
annoyed.
At it because it's just like, nah, come on. Like everything else, okay, I'll let it slide. But game of the year, it's literally been out for like 2 months. Come on.
So we all knew. Here's the thing with the Elden Ring and God of War. Okay, is those two games were hyped beyond imagine. And we all know what usually happens with overhyped games. They fail to deliver. They're usually something like Cyberpunk 2077, for example.
Yeah.
These two did not do that.
Yeah,
they delivered. Like, Elden Ring came out and it was smooth. The only problem we had was actually getting together.
Yeah.
Because the servers were like, oh my god, why are so many people playing? Holy shit! No!
Stop!
Please!
And
then God of War, like...
God of War just hit it out of the park.
God of War is like... I mean, I've not personally played Ragnarok yet, but I've seen people play it, and it's literally like, damn, that is...
Well, once you're ready, just let us know and I'll lend you.
Yeah, I know.
Like, my god. Like, that game is so good.
That is like, literally... Okay, so literally, they literally had... Okay, so this is the combat we had in God of War. It's pretty damn good. We shall now take the dial and turn it up to 15. Not 11, 15. And it is going to still be as smooth as it was in it. I mean, granted, there are some parts that I'm literally like, will you just roll instead of just dodging, please?
Yeah.
There are times in God of War that I really do that, and I have a feeling that'll be the same in Ragnarok because...
Yeah, it is.
But Elden Ring, Elden Ring is literally what's the word? The pièce de résistance of Souls-like games.
Yeah, I'd say
it's literally everything FromSoft learnt.
Yeah.
And is incorporated into this game, and it is done so well, and done in an open world game that I thought they couldn't do.
I never thought you could be able to do a Souls game in an open world. I honestly didn't think, and yet they've done it, and it works, and it's fantastic. It's such a good game. It's such a good game. The amount of people I've met, not met, or like I've known that like hate Souls games and yet love Elden Ring is mind-boggling.
It is. I'll probably say Elden Ring is both the easiest and yet also hardest Souls game I've ever played, because you can just skip combat.
Yeah.
But the combat is literally like we've said before, and also especially FromSoft games, their Souls games, there's the unique like thing that separates it from all the others. Like, for example, Bloodborne is its highly aggressive, fast-paced combat. Dark Souls is very methodical and wait your turn, etc., etc. And Sekiro is all about the parry. Elden Ring is literally everyone hits like a truck.
Yeah.
Even the little mobs.
Yeah. They
hit like a truck. You literally, it's only just now, and I'm like so far into the game. Like I'm about what, halfway, I think. Because it's been a while since I was last on it.
I don't know. I think you're pretty much near the end.
Or 2/3 then.
Yeah, I think you're on the final third.
Only now am I able to go back to the first area and just go, "Ha, you pathetic!
You peasant!
You peasant! Allow me to just murder you." Only now, like in old Souls games, you could go like a third into the game, go back to the original area and just boss everyone.
Yeah.
Now it's just like no, that mob that hit you like a truck still hits you like a truck.
But now you can hit them like a truck.
Yeah, now you can hit them like a truck. But they still hit you like a truck. Note to self: always put always put points into vigor.
Yes, always put points into vigor. Always do that. There was a little incident at the end.
Yes.
To which, by the way, if you watched the Game Awards, or even if you just watched a clip, right, you can tell he's not supposed to be there. Almost straight away.
That kid came onto that stage, and I instantly went, "He's not supposed to be there.
He's not supposed to be there."
Hey, look at him. Just look at how he's like separating himself from the rest of them, trying not to be in eye contact of them. And he just like moves around, making sure he's not in one spot.
And then at the end of Miyazaki's speech for the Game of the Year, he comes up to the microphone and dedicates something to Bill Clinton. To which then he's quickly grabbed and dragged off.
Yeah.
But it is, to be honest with you, the funniest thing is seeing Jeff's face. He's trying to keep being Jeff.
Yeah.
But at the same time, clearly holding a little bit of anger there. He's trying to be that's our show.
But also, when during the acceptance speech, there was a bit where they showed Jeff slightly to the side, and I can just see him like going, "I don't think he's supposed to be there. I need to get this kid off.
Yeah.
How do I do it? How?"
I mean, in all honesty,
like he seems to be like looking around to like try and like see security and like go get this kid.
In all honesty, they should have just done that anyway. The very second they realised that he wasn't supposed to be there, they should have just whether it was on camera or not.
That's the thing. I don't know if security realised.
Yeah.
I think everyone else realised.
Yeah.
But I don't think security realised. Because I don't think if security had realised, he wouldn't even got onto the stage. But yeah, that was weird.
It was a weird ending to a mostly good Game Awards.
It was.
It wasn't as slimmed down as I was hoping.
I mean, there was a bunch of adverts
for no
stuff.
sake, but that's
there
fine.
There was another Nintendo. There was another Nintendo trailer for the Mario movie, which I go, oh, for fuck's sake, Chris Pratt.
Yeah, which actually, because we watched a recording of it, we didn't get to see.
No,
which was quite funny. But anyway,
and yet then there was a bit of the movie on later, which wasn't cut out.
Yeah, which is weird. But anyway, we shall move on. We're going to move on to the announcements now. I want to just mainly talk about the announcements that we actually give a shit about.
Okay,
because usually we go through it.
Yeah.
And then there's like a lot of games where we honestly don't give a crap.
Yeah. So the stuff that we looked at and went, ooh, this looks good. Dead Cells Castlevania crossover,
which looked cool.
I know. I'm literally like, oh my fucking a Dead Cellvania game.
I might actually play Dead Cells again because of this.
I know, like holy shit. That was just an announcement trailer. I mean, to be honest, the art style was fucking cool.
Yeah, it just looked like Dead Cells.
Yeah,
which is fun.
Then came a game we didn't realize we wanted, but looks amazing. Hellboy.
Yes,
Hellboy. It looks like the comic.
It looks like the comic. I'm getting this game. Hellboy is like the best ever. Like I don't care what anybody says. New and improved my ass. And it looks like the actual comic.
Honest to God,
and I generally thought it was a Telltale game.
Yeah.
At first,
we thought it was going to be Wolf Among Us 2 because it came up. This like werewolf like shadow was there. And is this Wolf Among Us 2? Because I don't think that's out yet. I think that was going to be out, and then Telltale went under.
Yeah. I think they have announced it though. They have actually announced it.
When the company that bought Telltale back, they did say they were going to make that game, which is good. Because the Wolf Among Us is one of the better, most
well, it's the second one they did after The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's back when people liked them.
Yeah.
But
so we were thinking that, and then we saw.
Then it went into God of War mode.
Yeah. Then we saw Then we saw Hellboy.
Yeah. Then I saw Hellboy.
And I was like, wait, there's a Telltale's Hellboy game?
To which I was like, I'm actually going to buy Telltale's game.
And then it went into combat.
And then it went into God of War mode, and I was just like, oh my God, I want this game. I love Hellboy.
So that's definitely something we want to.
I want this game so much.
Post Trauma, I don't think we really took anything from that.
No.
Atomic Heart actually looks
pretty cool.
Cool, and also Mick Gordon's doing the soundtrack to it.
Yeah, that's the new Mick Gordon.
So, I'm instantly going to go. Do you know what? I may just buy this for the soundtrack. There was an Among Us thing.
It was the basically Dead by Daylight.
Oh
hide and
seek. Which actually looks good.
It's the hide and seek mode,
which is like okay. So when you get bored of just doing the whole like who's the imposter thing, it then goes and you can have a game of Dead by Daylight. It's a very smart idea because it means that you can break up the different gameplay types, which is great, wonderful. Next one really that piqued my interest, Street Fighter 6, 4 new characters.
Yeah.
DJ's returning, and then we had Manon.
DJ looks cool.
DJ looks really cool. I may never play him, but he looks cool. Manon and 3 new players, Manon, Lucia, and JP. And JP looks like he has something with the psycho power.
Yeah, JP looks like he's got the...
Which I think actually maybe the M. Bison's psycho power.
Yeah.
Because there's this talk in the trailer about having a suitable host.
Yeah.
Which is the whole point of M. Bison.
Yeah.
Like, he needs... Like, if he's going to die, he needs a new host for his, like, soul...
It's basically... It's psycho power.
Psycho power.
Manon was like the ballet-looking lass, which looked really cool.
Yeah.
And then you had... What was the other one? Amisa?
Louisa.
Louisa, who was like the gladiator.
Oh
looking
yes,
lass.
she looked brutal.
She looks like the new,
she's also I think she's Italian.
Yeah.
And oh my, it's like she does some the combos they show for her, like oh my god, ow, ooh, oh.
So yeah, Street Fighter.
I'm pretty sure that's illegal in 5 countries.
Street Fighter is looking better and better every time they show something,
which is great. I'm gonna get it.
They showed off the mini games as well.
Mini games, and also the announcement of when it was going to be released.
Yes, which is
June 2nd.
Yeah, June. I was
So,
gonna say April there.
So Street Fighter, something to look forward to, especially on my birthday month. Then came a game we did not know was coming, and was amazed and thankful that it is. Hades 2.
Yes. Oh, I saw the trailer and I was like, "This looks like Hades."
I
like
did
the
as well.
art style.
I went, okay, so this is Supermassive Games.
Yeah.
But they're not known for sequels.
Yeah.
But then I heard the music and I was like, wait, that's Hades music. That is literally Hades music. And then it was like, yeah, this is Hades. I'm like, oh my fucking god, this is amazing.
Yeah, and it's out next year, I think.
I know, it's like, holy fucking
oh, crap. It
what the
looks so... By the way, you play Hades. It's so good. It's like... It's one of the best games out there.
I'm planning a new year to get a new PC, and when I get a new PC, Hades is going on it.
Yeah. I mean, I've got Hades twice at the moment. I am contemplating getting it from a PS5. Just so I've got it on the PS5.
So you can have silky smooth.
Yeah, because I've got it on the PC on Steam. I've got it on Nintendo Switch, and I've got it. I haven't got it on the PlayStation, but I'm contemplating
getting it on the
PlayStation. Because Hades is just that good. It is.
You
honestly
will buy
that
it as
good.
many times as possible.
Yeah.
After that was there was Judas, but we weren't really.
Judas is. I am.
Yeah.
Quite excited for Judas because Judas is Ken Levine's.
Oh yes, it is.
And that's the game because I love if there is a game developer or director that I generally like a lot.
Kevin Levine.
It's Ken Levine, and he
is to you what Kojima is to me. Speaking of which, but anyway, we'll let you talk about.
Judas looks really fucking cool. It basically looks like BioShock in space.
Yeah.
To which
I will go. That's System Shock.
What it generally looks like is it looks like if they've took the ideas from BioShock Infinite with the whole power, Elizabeth powers.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like they've took that idea and kind of expanded upon it.
Yeah.
So made it a bit more thing because it looks like there's like weird portals and stuff like that.
And multiple characters.
So it just look, but it's definitely just by the art style you can definitely tell this is like a BioShocky looking game.
And the narrative of BioShock games are the narrative of like System Shock and BioShock and all that sort of stuff. They have those like iconic moments.
Yeah, and it looks like the last that you play looks kind of odd because she's got like those thermal things in her hands. Where she's got temperature readers and shit like that.
Yeah,
that looks a bit weird.
Which means that she may not actually be a human.
Yeah,
that could be the twist. You've heard it here first.
But yeah, that looks really cool. And then after that,
Bayonetta.
Yeah, the Bayonetta.
Isometric. The side scroller.
I'm
thing.
trying to remember what it was called.
Origins. Carissa. What's her name? Bayonetta's actual.
Yeah, it's correct.
And the Lost Demon.
Yeah, there we go, that one. And it's like a big... It looks cute, in all honesty. It looks cute.
It does look adorable. It's a very like...
Put it this way.
Not soft, but vibrant.
It's not the way I thought a Bayonetta game was going to go.
But it is about her origins, and she's
perfectly fine.
It's a much younger...
after seeing it...
She's clearly either a teenager or
no, she's younger than I
I was about to say she's either a teenager or
I would say she's about 11, 12.
Pre-teenager, so like 11, 12.
Yeah, but it looks good. I'm down for it. I'm totally down for it.
Obviously, Destiny 2
Lightfall, yeah. We just got another trailer for that, which is like I've already said, I'm a fanboy. They don't actually have to. All Bungie have to do to get me to buy the next expansion is just to say there's another expansion.
Yes, so that's all you need to know.
It doesn't show off anything that
you don't already know.
That if you keep up with Destiny, that you don't already know.
So the next one is a bit what's the word?
Is it a bit sad?
Yeah, it's a bit sad.
Is it the Batman thing?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh.
Suicide Squad.
It was very nice. It was a nice little
Suicide
thing.
Squad showed Batman, and it is Kevin Conroy's last ever.
Yeah.
To those who don't know, Kevin Conroy unfortunately died recently, much to the loss of the... Yeah, it was only
66 or something like that.
Yeah. Much to the...
loss of... It hurts me.
Yeah.
It hurts me because like Kevin Conroy was Batman, and as a kid, Batman was my...
Yeah.
Well,
life. Also, like we've said to each other, like when we read anything with Batman in it, if it's not voice acted, and we're reading, it's Kevin Conroy's voice in our head. Yeah. Like we are reading it, and Kevin Conroy his voice that's doing the lines.
Yeah.
Just like Joker is Mark Hamill. And so I'm literally like,
I want Suicide Squad, but now I'm just like I don't think I can fight Batman. I can't. I can't do this.
Like I'm literally like, you can't make us kill Batman now.
You can't make us fight Batman.
You can't make it. Like the only way I'd accept this is if somehow we miraculously do not kill him.
Well, I don't. By the looks of things, because like the Flash in that trailer, Flash isn't dead.
Yeah, that's true.
So it doesn't look like.
We're talking about a team of Deadshot, Harley Quinn,
yeah,
Captain Boomerang,
yeah, and Shark King.
And Shark King! Like, okay, Deadshot is accurate enough, he may be able to disarm and not kill him. Harley Quinn is insane. Yeah. Captain Boomerang is Captain Boomerang, and Shark King is literally a shark.
Yeah, pretty much.
That will literally go nom nom.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. Hand. Yes, that is your hand.
Oh. Let's see, what else was there? They did show Last of Us Part 1. I don't understand why there's another one of those.
Oh no, out. It's because it's coming onto PC. That's what that was.
Oh yeah, the PC, which is good. That's actually a good. Like if that was the reason why they were doing the like.
That's what the advert was for.
Yes, I know it was what the advert was for. But if that's the reason why they were doing the super Uber PlayStation 5 version so that they could put it on PC, then maybe that's justifiable. But again. Let's see what else was there. So they had a lot. Dune Awakening.
Yeah, that was...
So we've got we know we have a Dune strategy game coming.
We've got Spice Wars, which I think has just come out.
But yeah, Dune Awakening is now coming. Yeah, and it's like an RPG, what looks like an MMORPG.
Yeah,
and I'm like, holy shit. It's either MMORPG or survival. Like, and I'm like,
no, I think they said it was going to be an MMO survival game.
Yeah, an MMO survival game. And I'm like, if any intellectual property literally screams, "Make me a survival game," Dune is it, because literally the entire planet is there to kill you. Following that was a game that we did not expect, although we knew he was working on something. The one and only Hideo Kojima.
Oh yeah. Now, okay, so they announced Death Stranding 2.
Yeah. The
trailer was weird, because of course it was. It's Kojima, and it's Death Stranding, because that game is probably the most crazy fucking Kojima. It is the most Kojima game of Kojima games.
Yes.
Right. I'm pretty sure the last time we saw Kojima, he said he was working on a game for Xbox.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that's what he said.
Yes, but it is Kojima.
So where the fuck did this go?
Yeah, because you can't really just say, oh, well, this is not coming on the PlayStation.
There's no way this isn't coming on the PlayStation.
There's not a chance.
Sony
will literally go, okay.
The thing is, they're using the engine that Guerrilla gave them.
Yeah.
And that's owned by Sony.
Yeah. So clearly that's coming out on... also, Troy Baker's in it, and I'm like, isn't his character dead?
Yeah, what the fuck? His character is dead.
Okay, let's all be honest. We do not see the body.
Yeah, that's true.
We do not see the body. We all should know these rules by now. If you do not see the body, we played Metal Gear.
Yeah, that's
we
true.
did not see Liquid's body in the helicopter crash.
I think he is dead. I think we're going to get weird flashbacks because it generally looks like, at least via the trailer, is that we might actually be fragile in this one. and not Sam.
Yeah, I know. And Sam looks old. Like, I don't know when this is set.
Well, the kid...
Because
it's definitely a few years after, because the kid's out of the jar.
Yeah, well, the kid was out of the jar at the end of Death Stranding.
Yeah, but he's like...
toddler?
He looks like he's like maybe 2, maybe 3.
Yeah, so toddler.
Yeah.
But also, like, Sam looks old now.
Yeah, although, to be fair, after everything that happened to him in Death Stranding, you too would be old.
Yes, that's very true.
Also, we also know that the rain actually ages you.
Yes, I know.
So if he's been in the rain...
I know, but still, like, he's been doing this for years, so he would... I don't know.
I'm not saying... What I'm saying is, like, there are things that can explain why he looks like
that. So, yeah, Death Stranding 2 is a thing, which is something I never thought would have happened.
Yeah.
Let's all be honest, Death Stranding is kind of like you either like it or you don't.
Yeah.
There's no middle ground with
I enjoyed it. I did
as well. It's different.
It's got its annoying parts. BTs.
BTs, yeah. Also, like, the new company's called Drawbridge. Yeah. It looks like something that looks like a Metal Gear.
Yeah.
But
they called it Outer Haven.
No. I think that was the people we were watching.
Oh, okay.
I don't think that was actually mentioned as Outer Haven.
Okay.
Outer Heaven.
I just heard Outer Haven. I was like, great. Did they just say Outer? Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna get Death Stranding 2. Like, I already know I'm gonna get. I'm gonna get Outer Stranding 2.
If you weren't, I was.
Well, I've got the first. I've got the first one twice.
I know. So
I'm gonna be getting it. So I probably will. I'll probably stream actually, because I'm going to start getting into streaming a lot more. Most likely with you.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, because since you were with me on the first one,
yes,
it's only fair that you're with me with the second one.
Planning routes and then having it all fall apart.
And they fall apart because of fucking BTs.
Yes. Goddamn BTs. Following that was the Immortalis of Ava, which we didn't really.
Yeah, wasn't it?
But then came. The continuing saga of the Mishishima Zaibatsu.
Yeah!
Tekken 8, my friends!
We actually saw some really cool shit for Tekken 8.
I will now start the campaign to add Tifa Lockhart into Tekken.
It's not going to happen till DLC. Like, you know this.
I know, but like they haven't announced the cameo, so you know Tifa Lockhart. She ever since the remake was released, her character is screaming to be in Tekken. Like the juggles you can perform in that game is just like, yeah, this is a Tekken character.
They showed off Law.
Yes,
Law looks very, very muscly.
He does,
like even more muscly than he was before.
I'm like. Part of me is like, is that Forest Law or is it Marshall? Is that Marshall or is it actually Forest?
To be fair,
it might be Forest.
He kind of looked young, didn't he?
He might be Forest.
He might be Forest. Paul
looks like...
Paul's got the sexy rock star look going on. Again.
That he had for 4, I think it is.
Yeah. Who was the other one that they showed off? Because we saw Kazuya and Jin, but we saw them in the reveal thing. I'm sure they showed off... They showed off a lass. I know that.
Oh, yeah. Who was it? Because it wasn't Nina... Oh, Jun!
Yeah, Jun! Oh my, why did I forget? Oh, well, actually, no, I know why I forgot about Jun.
She's in one game.
She's in one game, and that was like 27 years ago.
Yeah, but like she has such a massive fucking impact in the story. Like, she is...
I know what we saw was clearly like a cutscene sort of thing, but flashback. It means there's a model of her in that game.
Yeah.
Which means...
And let's all be honest, Kazuya's mother is in 7, and she was dead at the start of Tekken 1.
Yeah.
Like, so death does not matter at all in this game anymore. If she's like, I'm like, yes, please give me Jun, please give me Jun, please give me Jun, please give me Jun. I mean, you know, Hadar. I'm just so excited.
Yeah,
my names are going. I just want my boy Big Du Song in the game, please. Thank you. Please give me my boy. Cool. That would be amazing. Cool. I want my boy Big Du Song. I want him.
To be fair, I got Armor King back.
I know.
I mean, granted, not the Armor King, but I got Armor King back.
Yeah, no, but he was pretty much Armor King.
Yeah, he was Armor King with new moves.
Like, I can
do triple roundhouse kicks. I mean, who doesn't want triple roundhouse kick now?
He still has, and I think he still has the.
He has the Aztec.
Power Driver, and also he has the AJ Styles float over DDT. Yeah. Still, like, who would not want that?
Who doesn't want this stuff? It's perfect. I love Armor King, and I will always love Armor King.
Again,
they showed King.
Yeah.
And Jack, that's the other one.
Oh yeah, Jack looks ridiculous.
Jack looks even more anime. than he did than he's ever done before.
Every game he just looks more anime. It's ridiculous. Considering
I feel like with Jack, it's like, how big can we make him before it starts looking silly?
Well, you know, we've made him as big as Kuma.
Yeah.
We'll make him bigger then. Does he look ridiculous? A little bit. How ridiculous? A little bit.
It's fine.
That's okay. Does he look as ridiculous as the boss for Tekken 6?
No.
Then yeah, okay,
yeah, that's perfectly fine. Does he look as ridiculous as True Ogre? No. Then it's fine.
So I'm hoping. I know I'm going to be wrong here. I'm hoping I'm hoping the starting roster
is as big as
it is now.
Yeah,
so
it's probably not.
Maybe not the cameos.
Yeah,
minus the cameos, it has literally everyone in the Tekken series.
Yeah, it's probably not going to have.
It's not going to be.
What I want is roughly around about.
Well, Hiachi's not going to be in because Hiachi literally burnt to death in a volcano.
Well, but we've already established that death doesn't matter.
I know that's very true. Also, that's a fate that Kazuya had to, and he turned out okay as a cyborg.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's fine.
It's okay.
Tekken 8 death is just an inconvenience.
I think we're going to get roughly about the same size as Tekken 7 did when it released. Lars was the other one that we saw.
Oh, yeah, Lars looks amazing.
Lars looking sexy in his suit there.
Yeah.
You know. So.
Lars doing what Lars does, which is basically look kick ass and look sexy while doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Tekken 8. I don't think we got a release date for that one, though.
No, we didn't get a release date.
So hopefully that doesn't get released. If they're smart, they will not release it in
I think by the
Street Fighter.
I think by the looks of things, we're probably going to either get Tekken 8 at the end of next year
or
beginning of things. By the looks of things, if we go off what we got for Tekken 7 with the way they released the trailers for that, it's roughly around about 2 years after the announcement.
So something else that we looked at and when we were like, oh yeah, this is coming out. This looks cool. Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah, not that far.
I know, but it is a big thing.
It is a big thing. I know it is a big thing. But me personally, it's just like...
I think if I remember the trailers and all that correctly, the main antagonist this time round, instead of being the demon from the first two, is going to be the Mind Flayers, which, if anyone knows their D&D lore, Mind Flayers are literally the one thing you do not want to be going up against.
Yeah.
They are...
It's lovely.
Horrifying.
It's like, lovely. It's fine. It's perfectly fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, they'll just shove
I did like the mimic that they showed.
Oh, the mimic!
I really thought that was cool, especially the one that the Berserker came out of.
The Berserker came out of, yeah. I was like, as soon as it was like, okay, so there's your warrior Berserker.
Yeah, but that was really cool.
There's your warrior Berserker, because the mimic is trying to eat him, and the Berserker gives no fucks.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about God of War, right? People have never watched God of War and want to get in Ragnarok. When they watch like the God of War series, like all the cutscenes, and they see Kratos give no fucks. Oh, it's so good. Like, I know you go, why is this? What? There was no need for this much anger, but let's all be honest. Sometimes it's cool as hell.
Oh no, it's cool as fuck. But like, if it's one of those things that like, God of War is one of those games that if you don't think, it's perfectly fine. But the minute you start thinking about it, you start to see these things.
However, he was tricked by the God of War, his patron, into killing his own wife and child.
The whole point of God of War, especially the original 3, is just like, what's the coolest, fucking goriest thing we can do? That's it. Yeah. That's all it is, and it does it very well.
Yes, extremely well.
Yeah.
Next big one that we went with was Fire Emblem Engage, because it's Fire Emblem.
Yep, I like Fire Emblem. I'm probably going to be getting that. That's better.
Then they had an actual live performance to show the new trailer, which looks like it's going to be the opening cinematic for Diablo 4.
Oh yeah.
Azrael has his wings back. Yeah.
Thingy playing Lilith.
Yeah. She's a what's her name?
I can't remember.
She's a big artist as well.
Yeah, but we unfortunately we don't really.
We don't care about pop.
Today's music. We don't really listen to today's music.
Unless you are metal and good metal at that, we really don't.
And for me, most of the music I listen to now is now J-Rock.
Yeah.
So like I don't know who she is. She could be good. I have absolutely no idea.
But she's Lilith, who is the big bad for Diablo 4.
Yeah.
And also Azrael has his wings back.
Yep. Well, he gets his wings back at the end.
I know he does. At the
end
of it, but he's leading a invasion of hell.
Yeah, he's going into hell for
to go after Lilith for
reasons.
Clearly, that will be explained in the game. Yeah. Horizon Forbidden West is getting some DLC.
The Burning
Shores. You're going to California. You're going to Los Angeles
to play Forbidden West. I haven't played it yet.
You've got it though.
No, I've got Horizon. I've got the first one.
Zero Dawn. You've got Zero Dawn.
Because I need to do what you've done with God of War. I need to go through the first one. And then because I think I only got about halfway through the first one.
Then Namco Bandai showed us Blue
Protocol, which is the game that I was actually not long ago that I was talking about.
Yeah.
When we were talking about live services and shit like that. And it looks cool. They showed off. They didn't give us a date, but they did say it was coming in 2023. So it's just like, you've been doing this. To anybody who's been following Blue Protocol, which there is a YouTuber called he's called Mr. Sticks, but I can't remember his name of his channel. He's been following this for a while, and we still don't know every time he gets information about Blue Protocol. It's just like, oh yeah, well they've got this in the game now, and they still haven't got a release date. So this is the first time we've actually had like a number.
A period of time where this game will be released. Yeah. Granted, it's an entire year.
It could come.
Which means that it probably will be delayed to beyond this year. But anyway.
It looks cool. I think if you're a fan of MMO and you like sort of like the Genshin style play,
but also like super anime over the top.
To which again, when it comes to anime styled games, Bandai Namco are just fucking knocking them out of the park at the moment, the last few games. So you can put a little bit of like, this should be good.
Yeah. So following Blue Protocol, a game we didn't realise we potentially may want, a Souls-like game, Remnant 2.
Oh yeah, I want Remnant 2. I love Remnant 1. The only reason why I don't play it anymore is just because, I got bored and there's no one to play with. But Remnant 2 looks good.
There was then a title reveal for Transformers Reactive. Again, it's a title reveal.
It was literally like 5 seconds.
Yeah, we don't know what the hell.
The weird thing is, it's called Transformers Reactive, and we didn't see a single Transformer.
Yeah, so I'm like...
Although it did look like the people were waking up a Transformer, so God knows what's going on there.
Yeah, hell no. The next one that we really like the look of, Space Marine 2.
Yes. Did you see the amount of Tyranids that were on that screen?
Yes.
I was like, this is fucking Dynasty Warriors, but Space Marines.
Yes.
I was like, yes, I want this.
I mean, to be honest,
and it had a parry system, Steve. A parry system.
Yes, it did.
And again, I will say this again: if you ever want to get my attention, just show me parrying.
Yeah. It also like they've definitely upped the arsenal from the previous game, which is they would have had to because there was only like 8 weapons.
Yeah, there wasn't that.
The melee weapons have been buffed because there is the lightning hammer.
Yes, which is the only weapon I'm going to use because it's the coolest weapon in the entirety of Warhammer. I'm sorry, that giant fuck off hammer is the best weapon
with lightning
ever.
Arcing from it.
It is just the coolest fucking weapon going.
I mean, it is literally like, what if Warhammer but metal?
Yeah, like my god.
Meet Your Maker is is an interesting concept.
Well, that was revealed. I think that was revealed on a State of Play, which is really cool.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool. It's not a game that I'm probably going to be getting
into.
So
basically, think Mario Maker, but
imagine if you could add Dark Souls to Mario Maker.
Yeah, Dark Souls, Mario Maker. That's basically it. So think Tower. Was it Tower?
It's like you can build a tower.
Yeah, I know, but like the area in Dark Souls where after you ring the 2 bells, you go through.
Oh yeah, isn't that the
Tower of?
Oh god, I haven't played Dark Souls in so long. I can't remember the name of the areas. I remember Blight Town and I remember some others, but
it's the bit where it introduces the Snake Men.
Yeah,
everyone knows what I'm talking about. The pain and suffering of that area is terrible.
Yeah. So imagine that area, but you get to make it.
Yeah,
and then get to watch as people die constantly
to it.
Going through.
So that's Meet Your Maker. They then showed some Blood Bowl 3, and I'm always going to be happy for some Blood Bowl 3 because, American football, but without all the silly rules.
Yeah, and you can kill your opponents.
And also, big giant orcs punching other big giant orcs in the face. I mean, what more would you want? There was a bit for the Witcher 3 next gen upgrade,
which is free, which is on Wednesday. Yep. I do believe.
They then showed Crash Team Rumble. Now, we mentioned this last week.
Yeah, because this was one of the things that was confirmed.
We said it might be like a sports, like Mario Strikers type game.
Yeah. We were close.
I mean,
we were close.
It isn't. Like,
we were very close with what we said. It looks like a strange sort of like it's definitely a 4v4.
Yeah.
And it kind of looks like a really strange basketball game.
Yeah. Where you take one per fruit and put them into how to get them to the
other side.
To the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
But it's got like obstacles and stuff like that.
Yeah, like it's not like it's.
I need to see actual gameplay because what we saw was just mostly
just CGI, but and like level design.
Yeah.
With them moving about.
I need to see the actual
game.
But yeah, that was there.
We had the Lords of the Fallen, not to be confused with Lords of the Fallen.
Yeah, that game was terrible. This one looks okay.
Yeah. Crime Boss. Is Crime Boss the one that had all the blooming...
That was the one where they had the two guys come out with the actor guy.
Yeah, and it had so many blooming... Like, it has Chuck Norris and...
Yes. All we saw was celebrities. We didn't actually see any gameplay.
No, we didn't. And I'm like...
Kim Cattrall, Chuck Norris,
Danny
Glover. A lot of like if you grew up in the like late 80s and 90s, you'll know who these actors are.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. So a lot of those, because it clearly looks like it's like an 80s style.
It looks like it basically looks like a GTA, not GTA Vice City.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
Which is cool.
And I'm like, okay, I'll keep an eye on you.
Yeah.
I don't know whether or not the only selling point will be your star-studded cast.
Yeah.
And not your gameplay.
Yeah.
But, we'll see. I'm going to mention this because I don't know. I'm curious about how this is going to work. But Modern Warfare 2 are introducing raids.
Yeah, right. So they announced this a while ago. Basically, it's kind of the same as Destiny's raids.
Oh, so you go like different objectives, go through point A to point B, and
yeah.
Okay.
In a squad.
In a squad.
So and it's not like a big thing. Basically, I think you go into it via like multiplayer sort of thing, and then it's just you could just go. It's basically like a co-op mode.
Yeah.
Instead of just
that could be interesting.
Because I'm not gonna lie, I've never really liked COD's co-op thing that they do.
Oh, well, I'm trying to think.
Special Ops, I think it's called.
Yeah, the Special Ops.
I've never really liked that. I've always thought they were just
the set objectives. The two. That was a 2-player like missions.
Yeah, I've always thought they were a bit. Yeah. Whereas this one looks like it's like you need to like work as like a full 4-man team and all this stuff. It looks all right.
So
it's something different.
So I'm going to mention this because it introduced a new person character. And it's going to be played by Idris Elba, who is an absolute legend. Cyberpunk DLC, Phantom Liberty. I don't know where in the storyline this is going to fit, but we're literally going to have in the same scene, maybe not interacting with each other, but potentially Keanu Reeves
and Idris
Elba. I'm like, holy fucking shit!
I know. This could be cool.
Can a PC or console actually handle the level of cool, the amount of cool that will be there on the screen at the same time? I don't think it can. No, I don't think there is a system on the planet that will be able to handle the amount of coolness.
Yeah.
You have to throw it into a volcano just to balance it out. So I'm going to leave the next one until last because we're going to go gush about it. Final Fantasy 16 got a release date.
Yes.
June 22nd.
Yeah, there's a lot of games coming out in June.
Yeah, June is apparently the month that is out to kill you.
But yeah, it was he said it was the final trailer, didn't he? Which, yeah. Anyway, but they did show off. We saw actually more summons than we usually do.
Yes, we saw
Titan. We saw Shiva.
Garuda.
Garuda looks badass.
Garuda looks like Nightmare Fuel, which, to be perfectly honest, if you actually think about what she is, yeah, she should.
Oh, she is a giant harpy.
Yeah, she's a harpy. She should be Nightmare Fuel.
Titan. I think we saw Bahamut.
Odin.
Odin looked fucking
Odin
sick.
looked amazing. I'm literally like, oh god, don't tell me like the whole thing. Like I know the party piece of this game is literally
giant summon.
Summon versus summon combat.
Actually, I need to mention a lot of kaiju games lately.
Yeah, kaiju. Oh, do you know what kaiju?
Which is cool.
Amazing.
I'm totally down for that. But like,
why all of a sudden all these kaiju?
Where have this all of a sudden come from?
Speaking of which, the kaiju fighting game. I can't remember what it's called.
The one that's on the crossover with Godzilla.
Yeah, it's on the crossover. Like I was mentioning, it's on the crossover with Godzilla, where you can have Mecha Godzilla. You can like the only one that really is missing is Gamora and Mothra.
Yeah,
and Mothra, you literally go, well, how the fuck are you gonna have Mothra fight? Mothra just is Mothra. He doesn't really do much.
No, he doesn't. Bless him.
I mean, he's a good guy. That's why.
Yeah, that's true.
You know. But yeah, Final Fantasy 16 the combat looks great. Again, I do wish they would go back, or at least give us a series that
does the turn-based.
The turn-based.
I think the thing is, I think that's what Octopath Traveler is going to be now.
Octopath is going to be like
because that's very turn-based. That's how it's based on. So I think if you want turn-based games from Square Enix, you're looking at you're going to have to look at after Octopath and stuff like that, because I think Final Fantasy is going a bit more action heavy. Which is fine. It
does look like, though, they've taken the combat from 15 and improved to the bits that it needs to improve. Yeah. It looks a lot more flashier, looks a lot more controlled. I do want to know how magic works in it, because that's the thing with 15. I like the combat in 15, but the magic was pointless. Yeah.
What I want them to do, especially for the magic, is you know how Final Fantasy 14 works with the controller.
Yeah.
So you hold R2 and a button. I'm hoping that you can do that, and then you can so you hold R2 and press circle, and you can either infuse your weapon with that, or you can actually just cast it.
Yeah. But also combo it into your normal combat.
That's what I mean,
if you launch them up and then throw a fireball and then jump on and that's the sort of thing I'm hoping they do. I don't know if that would ever be able
go full Devil May Cry into it.
Yeah, don't go full Devil May Cry, but instead of guns, it's magic.
Yeah, totally down for that.
So, June 22nd, another game that's going to kill my wallet, and then before that,
the big reveal of the night.
The announcement that fans of Mecha were hoping for and wishing for, and I've been screaming for on this series for years. Armored freaking Core 6.
Very happy about
this. Yes.
Here's the thing. This isn't just a normal Armored Core games, because by the looks of things, the leaks that came out last year,
there's going to be a lot of Souls influence,
a lot of stuff, which I am totally down for, actually, because as somebody who we haven't played all the Armored Core games, but we've played a few, and I think this is a good way to go
to introduce people
with Armored Core. I think it's a good way to.
I don't think it's going to be a full blown.
No.
I think there's I don't think there's going to be a massive open world or the interconnected world that.
I think we're going to get it the way most Armored Core games are.
Yeah, so you get missions.
You get a mission, and then it's a set level.
Yeah.
But what I think we're going to get is the combat is going to be a bit more
Souls-like.
Souls-like. So. Your dodging is going to be a lot better. You're not going to have to focus too much on the ammunition.
Yeah, I think stuff like ammunition and probably melee combat's going to be a bit more prevalent.
Yeah. Did you actually the mechs in that fucking trailer?
Oh, they looked amazing,
badass.
Here's the thing, they all still had the loadouts that you would see in Armored Core 4 and 5 and 3. Still got the ridiculous multi-missile of Oblivion stuff. And I'm just give me a little smidging of Souls I
think that's what we're gonna get.
But give me still the ability to make whatever mech I want and just make the numbers go up.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I think if you could give me Armored Core, but with a more of a Bloodborne style combat, so basically,
And
so
that's...
You know how, like, circle isn't just a straight up dodge, it's like you can dash instead of...
Yeah.
That sort of stuff.
Well, that's the thing, like, depending on your build in Armored Core 4, right, you could be ridiculously fast. Like, that's
what I'm looking for.
there are videos of people who make... Armored Core 4 is famous for people making Gundams, basically. And I remember watching someone make the flag from 00. And oh my effing god, it was that fast that the camera almost couldn't keep up. It was ridiculous, and I'm like, yes, give me that.
I actually can't wait for the customization.
Give me that with a little bit of Souls-like combat, like. But like, give me the ability to just literally, like, from afar, just unleash hell. Yeah. Like, I want to build heavy arms.
Yeah.
I want to build heavy arms.
I'll actually I want to build Lock-on Stratus's sniper.
Oh, Cheridum.
I want to build Cheridum. That's what I want.
Long range
I either want that or I want to make a Kublai. That is what I want to be able to do. I just want to pour funnels everywhere.
Just literally go, die. Okay, enough of this. Funnels!
Everybody dies.
Oh dear, you are not a named character. You will die now.
You will die. Funnels. Because Project Nimbus gives me that. Project Nimbus gives me that, and it even gives me. I mean, I know this. I know Armored Core won't give me it, but Project Nimbus gives me the. Whenever I release funnels, the character says funnels, which is just like, yes, this is what I want from America.
Yeah, and the funnels just go away and just kill everything.
Yeah, and then come back, and it's great. So yeah, if this can give me this, but a little bit more friendlier. if you know what I mean.
Yeah, a little bit more easy to get the grips with the customization / mech building side. Because I think, here's the thing, if they take away the mech building side, it will literally kill the Armored Core fanbase. And it will literally, like...
I don't think they're going to do that, because obviously, like, I mean, look at Dark Souls.
It's a mecha... This is the thing. It's a mecha game.
Yeah.
You're going to have to give us the option to actually build our mechas.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. They're not going to... They won't get rid of that, because even if you just look at Dark Souls, there's an entire fan base just based on the way people look in that game.
I know.
So they're not going to get rid of that. They're not going to get rid of the whole customization, because there's even a side of the fan base that, like, mid-maxers and stuff like that. So they're not going to do that either. So I don't think we have to worry about them cutting that out. Yeah. So that'll be fine. The thing that I think they're going to cut out is, like, if you remember when we played 4 and 5, right? Combat, you had to have eyes everywhere, because you had to keep an eye on your ammunition, you had to keep an eye on your health, you had to keep an eye on your energy packs and shit like that, and you had to make sure that your robot wasn't going to just die in the middle of the field and you just stood there. Like, there's a lot of stuff that when it comes to combat, you had to just have like 4 eyes.
Information overload.
Yeah, so I think that's the stuff that's going to get cut down.
Yeah, possibly.
That's what I say.
There may be still an ammunition situation, but because they'll have a little bit more nuance to the melee combat. You running out of ammo is not going to be...
I am totally down for just making a death scythe. No, I don't have any guns. I've got guns on the helmet.
Twin Vulcan cannons on the helmet, and they're the only projectiles, just so as get the off me.
Yeah, but the rest of me is just, I have just giant scythe. Don't mind me.
I just have this giant ass scythe.
Especially if I'm able to go invisible. Oh my god, if I could go invisible.
Oh, if they have a cloak, because I'm pretty sure there's a couple of Armored Core games that have a cloaking ability type, like attachment that you could add. I'm pretty sure. Either that or I'm getting confused with another game, which is possible, because it's been so long.
Yeah. But yeah, this is definitely, put it this way, Miyazaki has definitely had something to do with this game.
Oh yeah.
That trailer was Miyazaki.
The planet was
just all over the place. There was just, Miyazaki has had everything.
Shit has gone down.
By the sounds of it, Miyazaki was in charge of it on original production, so when it first got started up. Yeah. And then basically, because he was also I think he was doing Elden Ring at the same time. Because, by the way, this game's coming out next year.
I know.
So they've had this in development while Elden Ring was being developed.
Yeah, like, they didn't just, like, stop Elden Ring development and move on to they were working on
apparently they've been working on this game for about 5 years. So this game, because this game's coming out on like last gen consoles as well.
Yeah.
That's how you know this game's been in development for a while.
I do worry about the performance on those games.
Oh yeah,
because
So we've had Miyazaki's handprint on it, but we've also the guy that directed Sekiro.
Yeah, is
now the guy in charge of it. So that's cool.
Yeah, it is.
I think that's safe hands.
Yeah, I do think I do. Part of me kind of is concerned because Elden Ring and the Soul series has been so popular. There was going to be a whole bunch of people who don't know the whole point, the whole like basis of Armored Core.
Yeah.
And will come into it thinking it's another Souls game.
Yeah. And
while there may be Souls elements, it's not going to be a one-to-one. It's not literally. It's not going to be a Souls game in mechs.
Unfortunately, that's going to happen. Like,
I think I think there's going to be Souls-like elements to it.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's going to be a one this is the next Souls game per se.
Yeah. It's not going to be. The leak that we got, if you remember, it did say that it's going to have Souls-like elements, because FromSoft, I would argue that FromSoft has like found that perfect rhythm now.
Yeah.
With that style of game, and I think, I can understand why they're doing it that way.
Yeah.
But I think this is going to be more like the way they've done Sekiro, where Sekiro does have Souls elements, but I would argue that it's not really a Souls game.
Yeah.
So I think that's the situation that we're going to get here. I don't think it's going to be like a one-to-one. It's going to have elements of like, I think the bosses are going to be like Sekiro. The bosses are going to be very Souls-like, where you learn the attacks.
Yes, I think I think they're going to have bosses. And the bosses are going to be. I'm looking forward to them because let's all be honest, giant ass mechs look amazing. Oh, yeah. Super giant mechs look phenomenal.
Just play the beginning of Nier Automata.
Yeah,
that giant mech that you fight.
Yeah,
just awesome.
Yeah, just think that, but dial that up to about 20.
Yeah, there you go. Just awesome. So yeah, I think that's what we are going to get. Basically, Armored Core is going to be like another Souls game, but it's going to be in the sense that Sekiro is a Souls game. Yeah, it's got the elements, but it isn't really.
Yeah.
So I don't think we've got too much to worry about when people are saying, "Oh, it's going to be like it's going to be the new Souls game." It is in a sense, but really it isn't.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping.
Yeah.
But obviously, there's going to be a lot of people who have gotten into Elden Ring, and let's all be honest, Armored Core. It's not known for being easy.
No.
on its startup. It's like, no, you got to learn fast.
You got to learn everything.
By the way, also learn how to make a mech and
yes.
What works and what doesn't. And
I do hope they do make that a little bit easier.
Yeah, if it makes it a little bit more
understandable.
Yeah,
because a lot of it just went over my head. Yeah. For a lot of it, I literally just.
I think that's the big problem for me with the actual mech builder games, like even Mech Warrior. I look at it and like all these numbers make no sense to me.
Yeah,
I just want them going up. Can they go up? Yes. Okay, I'll put that in. Yeah. I'm probably making it way too complicated, and probably the actual method doesn't work. But like numbers go up.
All right. But yeah, awesome, and that was the Game Awards.
It was
well under there. That was a good.
Armored Core 6 next year.
It was a good Game Awards this year, apart from the bit at the end with the kids and Jeff clearly holding in the rage when he was saying bye.
I'm like, I hope that kid was shepherded away from Jeff, because I'm pretty sure there was a flying object that
I think he was going to kill him. He was probably going to kill him. You could tell that he was not happy at the end there. No. Like he was holding it in and he was trying to do the.
He was doing the.
He was trying to be.
I'm happy, Jeff. I'm happy, Jeff.
But he was not.
But there was a little bit of gritted teeth there, like
that's he was saying, but yeah, it was a good thing. Some shock announcements for this one. I generally
Game of the Year was the one that should have won.
Yep. Armored Core 6. I wasn't surprised that they announced it, because obviously we had the leaks.
Yes. We knew they were working on. We knew they were working on it.
Yeah. What I was shocked about is like when it was coming out.
Yeah. The thing that's made me so happy is that it's now real.
Yeah, it's real. We see it.
if there was a physical, even if the game doesn't happen anymore, which would make me extremely sad. There was a trailer for this game.
Yeah. At some point, they were going to release this game. There was a
trailer for this game. The trailer looks fucking phenomenal, and it gives every Armored Core fan, every mecha fan, what they wanted: mechs. It was just full of mechs. Oh, and it had like the iconic Armored Core design as well, with like the arrowhead helmet and the pointed chassis and I'm like, yes, give me.
It's just gonna.
I want it.
I kind of hope that you can like just be that. You see the mech at the beginning where he's just picking up rubbish and putting it on his back. Yeah. I kind of just want to do that.
I have a feeling that
don't mind me.
I have a feeling.
I want it. I kind of want it to be like Elden Ring, except you can just you could like an MMO, but I can just be the trash picking robot. Everybody else is in these.
I have a feeling the mech building side of it will involve picking up pieces of other mechs.
That'd be cool. I'm down with that.
It means that you're going to start with an absolutely god-awful mech.
Oh, yeah. But to be fair, that's how you always start out.
That is very true.
You always start with just a terrible mech, and then you get better stuff. All games do it. Yeah. But anyway, we'll leave it there. I do hope you've enjoyed this chat, and we will see you in the next one. Bye now.
Toodles.